Hello and welcome to iGCSE Success. If you're new here, a big hello to you. I'm an English teacher and I post content here on YouTube to prepare students for their Cambridge First Language English exam. And if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to check out the videos on my channel because I break down a number of the core skills needed to succeed with First Language English. So in today's video, I will be showing you how to successfully answer question 2C from paper 1. Now, if you're familiar with the First Language English paper, you'll know that 2B assesses your understanding or awareness of explicit ideas, and you need to explain in your own words what a number of words mean within the given context. However, 2C goes from explicit ideas to implicit ideas, and you are required to, select one image and show an awareness of how writers use language for effect. In terms of approaching this question, it's not going to harm you if you treat it as almost a watered down version of the writer's effect question, which of course is the next question, 2D. My advice is always choose an image which is particularly powerful and will allow you to say 3 pertinent things to ensure you get those full marks for this question. So let's take a look at how to approach this question. Hi guys, so let's make a start. I am going to be going through 4 different papers. That's 4 separate 2Cs, and all of these papers can be found in my First Language English folder. I know some of you have access to this already, but I will leave the link in the description box should you wish to have a look at these papers or read the inserts or have a go at the whole paper. Why not? So to get 3 marks, and of course that is what we are all aiming for, you have to provide a comprehensive explanation. And I guess the easiest way to do that is just to ensure that you have 3 separate points about whatever image you have selected. Let's take a look at the first paper. And as you can see on the top, this question 2C has come from the February-March 2020 paper 0500/12. If you are wanting to find this paper, it will be in the folder somewhere. And the question reads, use one example from the text below to explain how the writer suggests how difficult it is for Adam to deal with his patients. Read the question carefully because of course it gives you the focus. The key word being difficult and dealing with Adam's patients. So what is difficult about this in particular? And I'll just read the short extract out. It's a build your own burger of symptoms laid on conditions, laid on diseases. You are a one-man mobile, essentially untrained A&E department, reviewing an endless stream of worryingly sick patients who 12 hours earlier had an entire team of doctors caring for them. It's a sink or swim. You have to learn to swim because otherwise a ton of patients sink with you. Now there are lots of things you could explore, but I've gone with that idiom, it's sink or swim. So if you were to choose that idiom, it's sink or swim, hopefully your response will look something like this. It's sink or swim. It's clear how difficult Adam finds dealing with so many patients from the idiom sink or swim. This suggests that Adam is given very little guidance or support and is expected to come up with his own solutions to the ubiquitous problems he is having to face. It also brings to the forefront the amount of pressure he is under and how he has to remain focused at all times to ensure the well-being of his patients. And with this question, I always advise my students just to write the quote at the top of their response just to keep them focused, and I also advise them to try and include the quotation in their response. Try and embed it if that's not too challenging for you. Let's look at the next paper. So use one example from the text below to explain how the writer suggests his feelings about what he saw on the beach. Initially, I was aware of only a few, but as I walked on, they grew in number until the whole beach disappeared disappeared, appeared to be covered with black lumps in a black carpet. Hundreds of penguins lay dead in the sand, covered in thick, cloying oil and tar. Each wave that broke piled another grim batch of carcasses on top of those already there. The sight was dreadful, sickening and depressing. Quite a bleak extract, I have to say. And I have chosen the image, black lumps in a black carpet. And my response would be this. The image of the writer seeing black lumps in a black carpet on the beach is incredibly jarring and makes it clear just how many carcasses there are covering the beach. The fact that the writer likens their bodies to being a black carpet suggests that there is no space between them. Also, the reference to the penguins being black lumps creates a pitiful image of the penguins now lying lifeless due to the polluted waters. 3 ideas, certainly enough to get those full marks. Let's look at the next paper. Using one example from the text below to explain how the writer suggests that the... Let's start that again. Use one example from the text below to explain how the writer suggests what the narrator thinks about the burger bun. Let's read the extract. The job I lost was at the corporate headquarters of a very new company. It wrote software to design and bake the perfect burger bun. Smooth toasted skin, soft interior. It was my first job out of art school. I started as a designer making marketing materials to explain and promote this tasty treat. Menus, diagrams and posters for store windows. And the image I have gone with is smooth toasted skin. Let's take a read of the model response. From the narrator describing the burger bun as having a smooth toasted skin, it's clear that he sees it as epitomizing perfection. The exterior of the bun has been baked flawlessly and seems incredibly mouth-watering. The fact that the smoothness is also emphasized suggests that the burger bun is equally as inviting to touch and hold as it is to eat. I just really love these texts that Cambridge treat us with every single year. Now let's take a look at the last paper. Use one example from the text below to explain how the writer suggests Lewis's feelings while at work. Programmers often slept at the office. Some nights I'd lie there staring blankly at the ceiling and the braids of fibre ferrying data around the office. My parents were far away, locked in a frame of a video chat window. I had no friends nearby. There was a knot in my stomach that wouldn't loosen. I existed in a state of stupor, brain flaccid, cells gasping. I couldn't get my turbine spinning. And the image I have gone with is knot in my stomach. The fact that Lewis has a knot in her stomach whilst at work suggests that Lewis feels physically unwell and struggles to find any joy from the work she is doing. It also creates an image of work inducing quite a painful and uncomfortable sensation. It's clear that it is affecting Lewis's mental health quite significantly. So hopefully this video has helped. Really, what I would like you to take away from it is choose the image you are most confident with in terms of exploring 3 pertinent things and make sure your explanation is comprehensive enough to ensure you get those 3 marks. And hopefully this question shouldn't be too challenging, particularly if you are quite confident with the following question, which of course is the writer's effect question. Thanks guys. And that's this week's video. As always, leave your comments, feedback, questions below, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, bye bye.